It's a bit windy and it's very dark. Wow. Here we go then, Quirky Stay series number 2. A beach hut. Of course it is. Well, hello, and a proper good evening to you all. It's a Friday evening in January, and welcome to my second Quirky Stay series. This is Quirky Stay number 1 of the second series, or in total Quirky Stay number 8. I suspect this is the point where I stop counting. I am in a beach hut at Bournemouth Beach Lodges, which is a strip of rather lovely, larger than normal beach huts, and my goodness, is it wonderful. I've come down after work today, been for a little bit of a stroll along the seafront. It's about a 10-minute walk to Boscombe Pier. As with most of my quirky stays, there's always a little reason for coming, and this time I've come down to Bournemouth to see a friend, and I'm looking forward to seeing her and her family tomorrow. We've got tickets to one of these illuminations, pretty things like at Sudley Castle and Cotswold Farm Park and all other places that I've been before. There's one at Westonbirt, there's one at Blenheim Palace. My friend and her family and I are going to go and do that tomorrow. In case you've not seen my quirky stays before, if you haven't, please go back and watch the first series because I did have a lot of fun making them. These quirky stays are a little bit of escapism for me. They're a means to get away with a purpose, go somewhere a bit unusual, to take myself out of my everyday life situation and somewhere a bit weird, unusual, quirky. I'm absolutely shattered as always on these quirky stays. My world is an absolute mess. It's still a mess. It's going to be a mess for a very long time. And the whole point of this quirky stay is to just step back and decompress for a couple of days. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I wasn't really meant to be doing this one. I only booked this less than 10 days ago. Coming to Bournemouth has been in the diary for a few weeks, but the idea of combining it with a quirky stay came about when my friend said something about a beach hut. And I thought, I wonder if I could stay in a beach hut. Are there any beach huts I can stay in Bournemouth? Are there beach huts in Bournemouth I can stay in January, in winter? And it turns out, yes, there are. And actually, I knew about this place because this place always sponsors one of the raffle prizes at Comms Unplugged. And they were having a winter sale, and I've paid £280 for 3 nights. What's that per night? £95 a night? I don't think I'd have got a Premier Inn up the road for that. As we've discussed previously, whether or not it's good value for money wholly depends on the kind of experience that I have and the facilities that I've got. So before I get to relaxing, I'll give you a quick whizzy tour before I've lived in this place, so you've seen it clean and tidy, and then we'll get to sharing this little quirky stay adventure together, shall we? Hopefully it'll be a good weekend. I mean, I'm right by the sea, and the intention is to get in it, by the way. Okay, so we're going to do this super quick because I'm hungry. It's not going to take long because it is one room. It is a beach hut. They call it a beach lodge, but it's a beach hut. It's probably quite a lot bigger than a traditional British seaside beach hut, and as I say, it's one room. So here we have front door, and these are bifold doors, so they open. The deck is high up above the beach. I don't know if you've been to Boscombe. It's cliff, so the car is way up there somewhere. I'd walk down a steep slope, get to here, overlooks the whole of the beach. There's a row of, I don't know, maybe 20, maybe 15, something like that, and I am in hut 13. So there's kind of a lounge table and a sofa, some more seating this side, and this comes out into a bed as well. I think it said 6 people, and I think it's 5 people. There's a cupboard here, cupboard under the stairs, a little bathroom here, toilet, sink, shower, towels and linens all provided, and then there's the little kitchenette. It's really well designed, to be honest. There's a hob here There's a microwave, there's a fridge down here, all the pots and pans that you can need. Everything else is all sorted like that. This is my risotto ready to go in the microwave. And then I learnt from my friend who I sent a picture to that these are called paddle stairs. This is something I didn't know. So let's go up to the mezzanine. Then I can stand up in this bit. I suspect some people wouldn't be able to stand up in this bit, but I can. Here there's a little single bed. There's a double bed here, which seems pretty comfortable. And then opposite me, there's another cupboard. I think this is going to be pretty comfortable, don't you? I don't yet have my Quirky Stay sweet treat of choice because I thought the best thing for a sweet treat when I'm staying in a beach hut is a stick of rock. And you can't just go to Tesco and buy a stick of rock. You have to get it at the seaside. So tomorrow I'm going to go stick of rock hunting. I guess it's about time I said good morning. Welcome to Saturday morning from my beach hut. And what an absolutely stunningly beautiful morning it is. I mean, it's cold. It is currently 1 degree according to my phone. There is frost on the sand. It has to be pretty cold, doesn't it, to be frosty on sand? But still, completely glorious. Waking up and opening the door and seeing that beautiful sunrise this morning is exactly what I wanted. Right by the sea, I can hear the waves. It was really comfortable in here last night. I started to get a little bit chilly before I went to bed and I was a bit like, oh, is it going to be cold? And actually it was totally fine. I've spent the morning doing my usual morning routine, but then I've added in a little dip in the sea. I mean, it's right there. It was a very quick dip. The sea is obviously cold. As you'll have seen from my Norway videos, I have recently rediscovered that I quite enjoy cold water dips. Naturally, since then, I have showered. I've got myself a snack ready. I've had plenty of tea this morning. They provided a handful of Dorset tea bags, which I'm very grateful for. I do like the Dorset tea, and I'm definitely awake. The plan for today is continue with my slow morning. It is 9:45 now. Then I'm going to walk down into Bournemouth proper, and I'm going to meet my friend and her family. We're going to have burgers at Seven Bone. We've been there before, years ago. I was trying to remember when it was we went, but honestly, it was absolutely years ago. And then we're off to, is it the Blue Pool? It's either the Blue Pool or the Deep Pool, or the Deep Blue Pool, or something like that. I'll look it up and I'll obviously link below, but we've got tickets to their illuminations, their sort of winter lights walk thing. It is supposed to be like this all day. Now tomorrow is not going to be like this all day. The weekend that this is, we're coming out of a big storm in Great Britain. There's a lot of places with a lot of snow and there's been lots of winds, and I know in some parts of the country people have been without power for ages. I was really fortunate that where I live was just below the main big warning, and whilst we had a lot of wind and rain, we didn't get the big storm. I think the same applies down here. Now now I've had my cold water dip and I've had my hot shower and I'm warm, I'm feeling great. People playing volleyball over here. This is fabulous. There's people running. When I came out here at, I don't know what it was, 7:30 or something, there were people running and walking then. I'm so happy I did this. I literally booked this less than 10 days ago. Bournemouth Beach Lodges. You've got something going here. I like it very much. Well, I got my rock. It says Bournemouth Pier because that's where I am. And it says, may have an adverse effect on activity in children. This is going to make me go hyper and I'm here for that.
That's a pirate start.
Evening, hello, I am back in my beach hut and do you know what, I am absolutely loving this. Bit of a gamble doing a quirky stay during the second week of January. Today has been, I mean, let's just talk weather. The weather has been absolutely glorious. Cold, very, very cold. A 2-coat day, puffy coat with big coat over the top, hat, gloves, the works, but bluebird skies, calm sea, the sun has had some warmth to it. It really has helped make today wonderful. And I think what you've seen basically is B-roll of my day. I think I last spoke to you on Bournemouth Pier when I bought my quirky stay sweet treat of choice. This is Bournemouth Pier rock. I went for the pink, it matches my pink nails. I've got pink nails this weekend. I like the pink rock. It's mint flavoured and I'm really looking forward to eating that, but I'm not going to eat that now. I've just been dropped back at my beach hut by my friend I've spent the day with. I've had a really lovely day. It was about 2.5 miles or so from here into the centre of Bournemouth and we went to Seven Bone and I had a chicken burger which had hash browns in it with poutine as my side and I had a Dr Pepper to drink. Absolutely stuffed. I owe Dawn some money for that so I must make sure I pay her back. And then we went to the Blue Pool in Dorset. Basically an old quarry that's now a SSSI because the water is full of minerals and they do an illuminations trail, and unlike all the other illuminations trails, sort of winter lights, Christmas lights events that I've ever seen advertised, this one starts in January. Today was the first day of the trail. It is the 10th of January today. I'm going to write a mini blog post on it. I'm going to try and get it out quickly because it's absolutely beautiful. It's not a particularly big site. The trail takes you around the quarry, which is now a lake. It was so wholesome, magical, beautiful, and what a really wonderful way to spend 1 hour outside this evening. So I am going to eat. So Carenza gave me some chocolate. The reason I'm not eating my stick of rock, this is tomorrow's treat, is because Carenza gave me some buttons and a whisper, and I have made a cup of decaffeinated tea, and I am going to sit and watch episode 1 of season 1 of The Traitors and see what all the fuss is about. You know, if I don't like it, I don't have to watch anymore. I think you can probably tell from the way I'm talking now that I have had a good day. It's not as inviting today, and there's not as many people out. Well, good morning everybody, and welcome to Sunday. This is the second full day of my quirky stay in a beach hut in Bournemouth. I think technically Boscombe, but Boscombe, Bournemouth. I've got my tea, I'm doing my morning pages, and I don't think I'm going to be having a sea dip this morning. The sea is demonstrating its power today, which is as forecast. It's not terrible out there. It's not sea swimming kind of weather. It's not raining yet, but it is supposed to be within the next 15 minutes or so. I will go down there for a look in a minute though. Even though it's just there, I should at least go and investigate. Feeling very morning-y this morning, hence the appearance. But I need to remind myself that the appearance that you see on here is the appearance that is reality. And the last thing I want to do is the smoke and mirrors stuff. There's definitely a little bit of Instagram versus reality on my feed as much as anybody else's, but there is only one me. And when I make these silly little videos that keep me creative whilst I'm on my quirky stays, what you get is the real me. Cracked lips, acne-covered face, hair that needs washing, still in my pyjamas, well, pyjamas with my comfy hoodie on. And that's okay. This is empty. So I'm going to make another cup of tea and then I might go down and feel the sea air. Well, good afternoon. I have made myself a cup of tea and I'm going to have my lunch in a minute. Thought I'd quickly check in to say I have had the most wonderful slow morning here in my beach hut. I went for a brief walk along the shore and enjoyed the sea air as it was blustery and blowing. It is now raining and has been for a good couple of hours or more. The sea and the sky are showing their power and I am sat here in my little cosy wooden hut and I'm just having a lovely time. There was a couple of things I wanted to mention. The sort of sofas sofa bed things are made from plastic covered mattresses, which is great if you're gonna cover it with a mattress protector and then a sheet and what have you, but for sitting on it just makes them, well, they're white clean, aren't they? I know why they've done it, but they're not really very comfortable for lounging. The way that I've fixed that is by using the blanket that they provided in one of the drawers. I've just made my own little den. What else did I want to show you? The bathroom. The water's very hot. There's no problem with temperature, but the water pressure in the shower is not that brilliant, but it does the job enough. This is the radiator that is heating the entire space, and it's not doing a bad job. It heats this space, and then because it's above it, the bedroom area upstairs, but then this area could just do with something else. If you're coming to stay here in winter like I am, make sure you've got warm clothing to wear indoors. Bring your loungewear, bring your warm pajamas. The view and everything is fantastic. The blinds, they use these magnetic pulls here. Goes up and down like this, very, very easy. I think it's good. I don't think it's lacking anything, to be honest. I think it's really well situated, very comfortable. If I came again, would I bring anything different? No, I think I'm good. I did bring a head torch because the path from the top down to the bottom is very poorly lit. The other thing I wanted to show you, where shall I put you to show you this? It's something from my wash kit. It was a Christmas present. It's this. This is a reusable toothpaste tube. It's by a company called Matador, which is a company who've had quite a lot of my money over the years because I think they make really great stuff. And the thing that I like the most of theirs are the little canisters that I use for snacks. But the reusable toothpaste tubes, they came in a pack of two. One small one, which is meant to be a week's worth, and one big one, which is meant to be 2 weeks worth. And it just means that now I never need to buy small toothpaste again. Toothpaste tablets are obviously an option. I have used them and they're okay. I don't find them brilliant. I've even tried to make my own, and there's a post on my blog. I'll link it below. It's quite amusing really because it was mostly a fail, if I'm honest. That's what I wanted to say. I am going to have some lunch and then I'm going to go meet my friend. I didn't have a power cut in a beach hut on my bingo card for this evening. Oh well, hopefully it's short-lived. It's not a permanently manned reception or anything here. I have text the emergency number. It seems to be all of the huts. I think if I come out here, it's not very nice out here, but I think the street lights are on the prom, but it is everywhere. There'll be no power. It is 8:15. I've been back at the beach hut a little over an hour. I've had a really lovely day. I stayed out a little bit longer because my friends fed me dinner this evening, which was really very lovely of them. And I will say, Dawn, Andy and Carenza, thank you for inviting me down this weekend. Thank you for an excuse for a quirky stay. I should perhaps go and make sure everybody else is okay. I mean, it's 8:15. I could just go to bed and hope for the best in the morning. The weather has been pretty terrible today. I'd best not use up all my power because what I didn't do was bring a power bank on this trip because I had power and plug sockets and the rest of it. We'll be all right. I'll update you later. It's a couple of hours later and the power is still off. I have had updates via text. I mean, they can only do what they can do, right? The power's gone out. That's just the way it is. It is starting to get a bit chilly in here because obviously everything's electric, so no power means no heating and no hot water. And I think I'm just going to go to bed. Hopefully I will just wake up and it will be on. It sounds like the team are all over it, and like I say, what else are they going to do? I mean, they could force us all to pack up and send us to a hotel, I suppose, but I don't think it's quite that bad. There's been something really lovely about sitting and reading my book by a torchlight this evening, listening to the weather outside. Obviously I can hear the sea and the waves, but I can also hear the wind and the rain. In all honesty, I don't envy the team who are trying to fix whatever is going on out there. I'll say good night, and then hopefully in the morning I'll be able to do my quirky stay reflections with the lights on. There's too much going on in my life to be worried about complaining about this. My sister responded to my text when I said I've got no power, the power's out, with, well, you're good at survival skills. So that's the way we're looking at this. We have power. Good morning everybody. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. The power came on at about 1:20, 1:30 or so in the morning. All the lights came back on, well, not all of them. Some of the lights came back on, so it did wake me up when it came back on, but I just got up, switched the lights off and went back to bed. So all is well. Checkout is at 10, so I've got opportunity to have a little bit of a slow morning, but first going to make use of this lovely powered kitchen one last time and make some tea and enjoy doing my morning routine overlooking the sunrise, which obviously won't have started yet, but we'll get these open. Should we see what the weather's like? Windy. Cup of tea too. And cup of tea number 3. Might not be the weather to sit outside and enjoy my tea this morning, but it is a real privilege to have this right outside my front door on a Monday morning. In my last Quirky Stay video of 2025, the one where I stayed in the helicopter, go and watch it if you haven't already, I made some comments about how being by the sea I always thought filled me with joy, and how I realised that in this time of my life where I'm grieving, being by the sea, feeling the sea air, it's not actually about filling my soul with joy. It's actually about allowing me to feel my soul full stop. And I've really been thinking about that since November when I made that video, when I did that Quirky Stay. And I have come to realise that the sea, the water, the waves, the wind, just being outside, the thing that I talk about all the time, is so deeply good for my soul. And if you don't carve out time regularly, whether it's a daily 1 hour outside habit or a weekly walk or whatever it is, if you don't do that already, why don't you commit to sitting outside a little bit each day? Just absolutely love being by the sea. Whilst I don't feel any sense of being fortunate in my life right now, this is good. The only problem with these Quirky Stays is that I kind of want to go back and do them all again. It's the Mushroom Cabin, Honey Down, and this one. They're on the repeat list, although I definitely am not getting 3 nights in a beach hut on the seafront in the summer for 280 quid, am I? And it definitely won't be as peaceful. Right, so I think that's me done. I think I am ready to go, or thereabouts. I've packed, my bag's still upstairs. It has honestly been such a lovely few days. Bit of a different one to some of the other ones perhaps, but I think an excellent way to start Quirky Stays Series 2 for 2026. I just wanted to quickly reflect in a review style on Bournemouth beach lodges. A really fantastic place to stay. If you were looking for your own Quirky Stay, I would suggest that Bournemouth beach lodges are an excellent place to look. Beach huts, yes, but also self-catering lodges at the same time. Kind of a cross between the two. I wouldn't say this is luxury, but it is certainly an excellent place to base yourself. You could, for a long weekend, check in on a Friday and not leave this place until Monday morning. And just use the beach right outside the front here to walk and play and the rest of it. Places to walk to in both directions. The centre of Bournemouth is 2 miles that way. There are 2 piers on the way. Obviously Bournemouth itself has got all of the British seaside stuff you might expect. And then the other way you've got, is it Sandowns and other places that way as well. But yes, Bournemouth beach lodges as a Quirky Stay, highly recommend. Look it up. I did get a winter discount. I think full price in winter for a long weekend is £350. I paid £280 for 3 nights. I thought that was pretty reasonable. It's self-catering, there's no oven, but you can definitely cook a good meal here. There's a hob and a microwave and a fridge and a kettle. The bathroom is tiny, the pressure to the shower's not brilliant, but it's good enough. It's comfortable, it's cosy. There are things here which make it a beach hut rather than a luxury lodge. Obviously the power did go out last night, just the way of the world. It was totally fine. I was getting text updates from the beach lodge team. At about 10 o'clock I sent them one back just to say thanks very much for all the updates. I'm going to bed. If you need me to let anybody in the lodge, then you need to phone me. And they replied with, yeah, thanks very much, have a good sleep, hopefully all sorted by the time you wake up. I'm gonna go home. I'm actually really sad to leave this place. So I guess with all that being said, I hope this video has been mildly entertaining, that you have enjoyed seeing the sea with me, and please do consider subscribing, like the video if you did, drop me a comment below if you've got anything to say at all, and I'll see you next time.